values. Today we have one talk on health and happiness by Srimati Anjali Pandit Madam. Madam is a counselor for Vishweshwar Technological University. Now, Madam, welcome you once again. Now I request my colleague, Professor S.A. Pushpalata Madam, to introduce today's speaker to all the participants. Over to Pushpalata Madam.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, madam.
Good morning,
participants. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome and introduce today's presenter, Mrs. Anjali Pandit. Mrs. Anjali Pandit, counselor and psychotherapist, has been rendering her services in mental health field for the last 10 years. She runs her own center for counseling, Mind Funda by name, in the city of Belgaum. She has been handling a number of cases with respect to depression, anxiety, relationship issues, suicide, family counseling, adolescent, teenage and adjustment issues. Presently, she is a visiting faculty at S.G. Balekundri Institute of Technology and Bharatesh Central School, Halga. She has also been appointed as counselor at VTU, Belgaum this year. Mrs. Pandit believes that her contribution to society in the form of counseling can help an individual to nurture the emotional quotient within for a better life. So, on behalf of our college, I welcome you once again, madam.
Thank you.
Now over to you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. At the very outset, let me thank the management, our principal, Dr. Mallikarjun sir, and also our coordinator for having chosen me and thought of me about giving this wonderful webinar about mental health management. It's really a great honor to be addressing such a learned gathering. People who have been attending this program, FDP, for the last 5 days. This is the 5th day, rather. I think the last 4 days, all of you have been very much, showered with a lot of information, lot of on artificial intelligence and machine learning. It has been very grueling and very, taxing program. And you must have learned a lot of things. So like sir said just now, I have chosen a topic which is very simple and a very light one, so that you people get a little bit of respite from all that had been happening for the last 5 days. This topic is very light. It's about health and happiness, which is very, simple and everybody knows about it. But yes, there are a lot of other things that we need to discuss about. Right from young age, we all know, we have heard these two words, health and happiness, every now and then. We also use it very easily. I'm in good health, I'm not in good health, I'm happy, I'm not so happy. So it's just not restricted, just health and happiness. It's not just two words. It encompasses a bigger meaning. And we are going to go through this whole thing today along with you, my learned viewers. So we are going to examine health. We are also going to examine happiness. And also there's a new sort of a branch which is called positive psychology. That is one thing we are going to enter into. Now, just before we start this presentation, I would like to say that during the last 5 or 7 months, right from the time it's March, the whole planet has been facing a lot of difficulties, a lot of negativity, a lot of ill health. And today, my efforts are not into talking anything that is negative or anything that is continuously being positive. The whole of this session is going to be only about something which is positive. It does not mean that the negatives do not exist, and that does not mean that I want to neglect the negatives. But yes, this whole session today is going to be all on positive thinking and health and happiness, and also good health. And of course, happiness is also a pleasant feeling. So, with your kind permission, let us start with this presentation that we would on health and happiness. Madam, Pushpalata ma'am, can you see the presentation now?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Yes,
We will
yes.
start.
Okay, madam. Okay.
So as you see this lovely picture, I have tried to make this whole of the presentation as colorful, as light, and as pleasant as possible. So this picture just speaks of a lot of health and a lot of happiness. It nowhere shows any sort of negativity. Okay. Yes, we'll come to the definition of health. Earlier, being healthy it was just absence of any disease or impairment. Earlier, health meant that we had only not to have any disease. That was health. But now, health encompasses so many other aspects also. You have to adequately cope up with all demands of daily life. That is what being healthy is. You have to have an equilibrium between yourself and your social and physical environment. If you're healthy, only then you can do it. You also have to have energy to each aspect of life. You have to have liveliness, you have to have passion, and health is a reflection of your well-being. So health is not just absence of any disease, but it encompasses all of these other, it takes into account all of these other matters also. You have to adequately cope up, you have to have a balance between your social and your physical environment, and you have to have energy into every aspect of life. A very healthy person, when you see a person who is healthy and he is full of life, you can make out that he's completely healthy and he's completely oriented towards his work. So that is what is health about. It is not merely absence of any disease. Okay. So we have the factors affecting our health. There are various factors that affect our health. Health can be dependent on so many things. First of all, let's go with hereditary. Heredity is something that you always get it from your parents or from your grandparents. Suppose you have some sort of a physical or some sort of a problem which you have already inherited from some of your parents or somebody, then you may not be able to enjoy that sort of health that you're supposed to have. You cannot be completely healthy. Suppose, God forbid, if you're born with some defect or you have some physical deformity or some mental challenges, then it's a heredity factor which cannot be helped. Okay, that cannot be helped. Then you cannot be in the complete sense of being completely healthy. The next one is environment. The environment also plays a very great role in being healthy. Where you stay, what happens, whom you meet, whom you talk. This is the environment. Is it a clean environment? Is it a good environment? Is this something that helps you out in being a better person than what you are? So this is what is environment all about. Environment is very, very important. Feel healthy. Nowadays, in the present circumstances, you have to take care of yourself in whatever environment you are. You have to be careful about yourself. Next one is, we'll come to the exercise to the last in the last point. Next one is lifestyle. The sort of lifestyle that you adopt is also very important, because if you adopt a very sedentary lifestyle, maybe you may not be in the best of health, because if you are not using your physical and your mental and all your capacities to the maximum, you may not be working at your best of health. Next one is the socio-economic conditions. Socio-economic conditions are, may you describe what income you are earning or your family is earning, which is an important part. Yes, it contributes to the keeping healthy. What education you have, what nutrition you are taking. Nutrition is also important, which has always been important. When you say health, it always means nutrition all the time. Physical health, what you eat, what you don't eat, what you carbohydrates, what vitamins, what minerals you eat. This is what is very important. Also occupation, what you are occupied with, what do you do every day, how do you use your time, that is also very important. And also the health services that are being rendered to you near and around your neighborhood. Now, the last one comes exercise. Exercise is also very important. Exercise can be physical and mental. You can keep yourself physically active and mentally active. There are times when there are certain subjects that give you physical, mental challenges. When you're doing something in your workplace that challenges you to do something, yes, that is also an exercise. Otherwise, exercise actually means physical exercise. I, as a mental health a person who has been working in the mental health field, I always recommend exercise enhance your mental and emotional health, which is very, very important. Exercise plays a very, very important role in enhancing your emotional and mental state. Let us examine the importance of exercise in keeping your health very good. Okay, so this is next one will show you. Next one will give you the whole of the. Yes, now we are having exercise. How is it important? Not only for your physical strength. Physically, yes, you will develop your muscles, you will develop a lot of stamina, you will, play a lot of sports, that's everything that happens physically. But what happens when you exercise? How does it help you mentally and emotionally is one what we are going through just now. It reduces stress and anxiety. Yes, exercises reduces your stress and anxiety. It will give you a lot of good sleep. It increases your happiness if you have finished, especially if you have finished your exercise routine, you feel really happy. Yes, once this is done, you feel a lot of confidence on yourself because the confidence starts coming from within. Your physical self starts feeling more confident. You have increased cognitive function. See, we have a lot of cognitive function to be doing the whole day long. Take a lot of decisions. We have to weigh the pros and cons of so many things. So it increases your cognitive functions and it gives you a lot of confidence. Whenever you exercise in the morning, you would notice that you feel more energetic than if you had not exercised. So exercise gives you a lot of energy, and that energy, goes about everywhere. You can spread the energy. You can develop and strengthen interpersonal relationships by doing exercises or by doing any sort of games which you play with others, or you go to the gym, or you go walking, or you go with people. It will develop interpersonal relationships, which is very important. It also prevents memory loss and strengthens the hippocampus. See, when you exercise every day, it helps your memory to be very, very sharp. People have noticed there's a study that has been made. The ones who exercise and the ones who do not exercise regularly, the ones that who exercise regularly had a very sharp memory rather than those who do not exercise. They get sluggish. Brain doesn't function as it should. It strengthens the hippocampus. The hippocampus is responsible for this, especially this memories, and that is why it strengthens the hippocampus. So now I think I have said enough of how important physical exercise is for beneficial for mental and emotional health. It's very, very important. But now we come to the types of health. Okay, we have a number of types of health. Like I said in the beginning, health is not just purely absence of disease. We have a lot of types of health. Let's go through, let me name them: mental health, emotional health, social health, environment health, spiritual and physical health. Mental health. What is mental health? Since I'm in the mental health field for the last 10 years, I believe that if you have good mental health, disease will not touch you even. If you have a positive mental health, disease will not touch you. And even if you have any sort of problems or any sort of complaints, if you're strong mentally, your disease is sure to go out of the body. So that is what is mental health. Your emotional health is recognition of all your emotions. Your emotions are anger, sadness, fear, pain. These are all the emotions that everybody goes through. It's all happiness, that's also a part of your emotion. This is the emotions that we all go through the whole day long. Number of times we all feel all these emotions. It's important for us to recognize what sort of emotion we are going through and allow only that much that is going to help you to progress as an individual. Nowadays we hear a lot about emotional intelligence. Okay, earlier we had IQ, intelligence quotient. Now we have EQ, emotional quotient. That is also more important than IQ nowadays, because emotional quotient is about recognizing your own emotions, emotions of others around you, maybe your family, maybe your workplace, and allowing them to affect you in such a way so that none of them are hurt. Your progress is also not impaired. That is what is emotional quotient. So emotional quotient is also very important. Next comes social health. Social health, as we all know, is being social, being meeting everybody. We have so many relationships along with us. We have people, we have whenever we, if you're a student, we meet teachers, we meet professors. If we are at workplace, we meet a lot of other people at workplace. We have a family, we meet people. So our social health is also important. And maintaining social health, meeting people, understanding them is also extremely important. Environmental health is the place where we are in, where we are surrounded with. Our environment can be a clean, lovely, beautiful place where it can, where which enhances our productivity. So our environment is some place, your workplace, that is also an environment you can keep, or your very, very personal environment where you work, where you study, where you stay, that also can be kept clean and beautiful. There's one more thing. Spiritual health. Now, spiritual health talks about spirituality does not necessarily mean being religious. Yes, religious encompasses spirituality. Spirituality is all about your ethics, your moral values, the way you work at, the way you go about, the way your integrity, everything speaks about your spiritual health. Okay, so your spiritual health also has to be in an excellent condition if you have to be in good health. And physical health, I've gone through the last slide, which is very important. Physically, you have to be very healthy. You have to be disease free. You have to take care of yourself. You have to give yourself good thoughts. You have to feed the right thoughts in your brain. You have to feed the right things in your mouth so that the right things go in your stomach and take care of your body. There's one thing which is very important when I say taking care of your health. If you do not take care of your health, you're not able to take care of others or people dependent on you. So being so whatever is the requirement is also very important. So these are the types of health that we went through. We now come to the next part of my presentation, that is happiness. Okay, happiness is also a very important word, and we have been have felt happy one time or the other, maybe even now we're feeling happy. Actually, I'm feeling very happy for having shared this wonderful presentation with you. So happiness is one word which each and everybody has a different definition of. Okay, let's examine happiness a little more closely. Okay, yes, Mahatma Gandhi ji, our father of our nation, has said happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Okay, I repeat it once more. Mahatma Gandhi ji, the father of our nation, said that happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. There are times when you think something, by mistake you say something, and at the end you end up doing something else. This cannot make you very happy. If you're in synchronization with what you think, you say, and do, then you are a much more happier person. So this is a very short definition, just an opening shot of this definition of happiness. Now, little more definitions about happiness. It's defined as an emotional state that is characterized by feelings of contentment, joy, gratification, satisfaction, and well-being. Okay, so happiness depends upon your emotional state. It also depends on the feeling of contentment. Yes, I'm feeling happy and contented. I'm feeling joyful. I'm feeling grateful, and I'm feeling happy for what I'm doing. And satisfaction of health, that's emotional, spiritual, mental. So if you are happy, then all the other aspects of your health are also in value. That's why happiness you cannot you cannot you cannot be saying that my happiness depends on somebody else. So it is a consequence of personal effort. See, you're responsible to make yourself happy. You cannot say that one is making me unhappy, this one is making me unhappy. It depends on what you receive as from that person, what sort of energy you receive from that person makes you happy or unhappy. So one more thing which I always propagate is, if you are happy, you can radiate and spread happiness. Each and every individual is responsible and is supposed to keep yourself happy. You are supposed to keep yourself healthy and happy so that you can radiate and spread happiness. Do not say the one is somebody else is making you unhappy, or other because of somebody else I am unhappy. You are supposed to take care of yourself, and happiness is part of it. You have to do it. That is the part. If only you are happy, you can radiate and spread happiness. Remember, it's an individual choice. So it's a choice to be made by oneself for oneself. If you find yourself going through an unhappy phase, examine yourself exactly what is happening, what's the problem that you're facing, it's making you unhappy, and work at it, try and make it better. So this is how is happiness defined. It's what Mahatma Gandhi ji said, and all the other things that have been mentioned here. How do you feel when you see a happy person? These are the signs when you see a very happy person. The facial expression is very bright. Okay, the body language says that this person is very properly oriented. He is very happy. He is just doing what he wants to do. The tone of his voice is high pitch. He's exuding confidence and a lot of interest in what he's doing. He's open for new learning. If you are happy, you're open to learning something new. If you're sad, you don't want anything. You're very comfortable in your own zone. That is what it is. That's not what we want. We want you to be happy, and we want to be open to new learning. You are high in humility and patience. Yes, if you are happy, you can have more humility and more patience. You can go with the flow. You can be a little more patient with others. Whatever is happening, you can take it in your stride. Happy person is grateful and passionate. He's grateful in the sense he's grateful for all what he has got in life, and he's compassionate. He's also, very kind towards others. He's not spiteful and insulting. Some people you find they're continuously putting others down, they're continuously passing negative comments. These are the ones who are not really very happy people. So because they find a lot of negativity in others, and they always put others down. So the signs of a happy person are, you can see in their facial expression, in the body language, in the tone of the voice. They're also open for new learning. They have patience. They are compassionate, and they're not spiteful. In short, actually, they're not even spiteful and insulting, but they're very encouraging, and they want even others to come up. So this is the signs of a happy person. So this is, if you want to be a happy person, we have to develop all these signs. Yeah, this is a keys to create happiness. How do we create happiness if we do not have it? What are the keys to create happiness? Okay. Now, the keys to create happiness is, these are the many things. It's summarized into great dream, that is GREAT, DREAM. These are the things that you can do, make yourself happy, which you already may be doing. If you're not doing in some part of it, maybe you can do more of it. So is to create happiness is giving. Okay, if you are giving others some part of yourself, some knowledge or anything that you can afford to give, that's very important. Also, G stands for gratitude. Have gratitude for whatever you have, and then thank God every day for what you have. It could have been worse than this, but no, we have been able to, we are fit enough, or we are fine enough, or we are healthy enough to be attending such webinars, and understanding these things that have been going on for the last 1 week. So we have to be grateful for all of these things. That's R is for relating, that's connecting with people. You have to be connected to people to find out about them, learn more about yourself, learn something more. It's important. For exercise, you got to take care of your body. Awareness is live life mindfully. If you have to live life mindfully, it is all about live in the present moment. See, being mindful is live in the present moment. Most of us, if you try to, recall or realize about what is happening, we mostly live about into the past, or maybe in the future. What happened in the past, it should not have happened, or what should happen in the future, and we forget to live in the present. So you have to live mindfully. Trying out is keep learning new things, whatever, in any small way, any small thing you can learn. No need to be getting into some course or something. Any small thing you can learn, any small passion that you have, you can learn. There's another thing is direction. You can have new goals. You can set up new goals. Resilience is whenever you fail at something, you find ways to bounce back. This is resilience. Yes, even if you have not succeeded, doesn't mean that you're not going to succeed. You will succeed later. So you have to find ways to bounce back. Emotions. Yes, we all go through a variety of emotions the whole day long, like I explained. We feel anger, we feel hatred, we feel love, we feel affection, we feel so many other things, a number of emotions. Look for what is good and concentrate on that. If you have negative emotions, which is very natural, yes, you shift to the good ones, no problem. Acceptance, be comfortable with whom you are. This is a very important thing nowadays. Accept what you are. If you do not accept what you are, or if you do not accept your own circumstances, you will never find a solution to that. If you are always in denial of something, that this is not happening to me, this is not happening to me. Suppose you have not, somebody has not done some test properly, and you say, no, this cannot happen to me, I should have done it better. It becomes like you're in continuous denial of what has happened. If you accept, yes, this is where I am, let me work at getting into a better position, then it becomes very important. So accept what you are, love yourself for what you are. It's not needed that others should love you only. You also need to love yourself, and then you will treat yourself, your body, and your mental happiness in a better way if you love yourself. Meaning, be a part of something bigger. Meaning is giving meaning to life or meaning to whatever you do. So if you want to have a bigger meaning, you can be a part of something bigger, maybe a social service or something, which you can, if you want, if you wish, if you have the time, you can join. It makes you feel better. So all of these are the things these are the keys to create happiness. When you are involved in all of these things, that is great dream, which means all of this, you can become more happier than what you already are. I take it that you're already happy, but these are some things that you can do more. When you do all these things, you'll be more happier. What are the requirements of a happy life? Okay, if you want to be happy, what are the requirements? The main thing is do what you love and love what you do. This is very, very important. You have to find something that you love to do and then do it. Let's not think that I will do it later on after some time. This is not what it is. So whatever you're going to do, get into something that you love to do. Next is absence of illness. The requirement, if you want to have a happy life, if you want to have happiness, you have to have absence of illness. It shouldn't be there. You should be having something worthwhile to be passionate about. There are certain things right from young age which we want to do and which we really would have loved to do if we had the time, the money, or the place, or the resources we could have used. Something that follow our passion. If you have the time, follow your passion. Be connected with your friends, children, and maintain all your relationships. I would like to point out a small aspect here about friends, children, and relationships. There are times when we have introvert people compared to extroverts. Now, we all feel that extroverts are made that way and they're very happy and they just connect to people. Introverts are also people who are oriented towards not talking much. They like to be a silent witness to everybody. So introverts, don't blame them that he's an introvert, he will not mix up. It's just that his way of connecting to people is not being continuously with people. So introverts and extroverts, two different people. They still love friends, they still love their children, they still love relationships, but the way of expressing is different from extroverts. Also, the requirement of happiness is financial security, which you can work at. If you do not have it, you have to work for it. And it doesn't come easily. You have to work very hard for having your own financial security, maybe for yourself, for your family, and for everybody at large. Okay, so these are the requirements. Now, happiness depends upon, okay, these are the things that happiness depend upon. The genetic makeup. See, there are times when your family genetics is what you have automatically received from your parents or forefathers and everything. So that is the genetics, which is already inside your body. There are times when the negative thinking comes right from the families itself. So these things, if you are continuously in the habit of thinking negatively, you have to work at making things positively and think positively, which can be done. It can be worked at and it can be done. I've handled such cases wherein the negativity is turned into positivity, and the person is much more happier. Happiness also depends upon life circumstances and achievements. See, the life circumstances are something that all of us have gone through, good and bad. Now, the circumstances in the last 7 or 8 months are something that have just befallen us. We didn't want it, we never asked for it, but they are there. And the achievements that we have got, we have to strive to get some achievements, and that's how we are going to be happy. Then we have our happiness, which depends on social and marital relationships. Marital is your marriage or your whom you're associated with, your spouse. The way you relate to the spouse, him or her, your social or your whole social gathering, your relatives, your friends, and everybody. This is how your happiness depends upon. If you have a healthy relationship with your spouse, you're having a very good chances of being very happy. Then there should be a personal drive, there should be motivation, and the family ties. A personal drive, you have to be, driven, self-driven, and motivated to do something. If you're happy, if you're in the proper frame of mind, if you're in an excellent mental condition, you have this personal drive and motivation to reach somewhere. You're here today, you want to reach somewhere. You can work at small term goals, you can work at long term goals, and then reach somewhere. That's how your personal drive is going to drive you and keep you motivated to reach somewhere. You can derive pleasures from small things. We always think that only big things can give you pleasures, or a big bang, a fat bank balance, or a huge bungalow, or something, a big house or a big car or something would give you pleasure. But no, we have to learn to derive pleasures from even small things happen in our life. Maybe meeting up with your friend or hugging your children. These are very small things which give happiness to them and you. Next is setting up and meeting short-term and long-term goals. This is what I already spoke about. If you are already working at some goals, you can bifurcate them into, a short-term and long-term goals, so that if you have some very big long-term goals and you're not achieving them, you don't feel discouraged. You cut them out into short-term and long-term goals, so that you are feeling much more better when you achieve them. Okay, so happiness depends upon all of these factors. Now, myths of happiness. What do we always think is, what are the myths surrounding happiness? I will be happy only if somebody else makes me happy, or if I'm rich and successful, if I'm married, because I'm married to the wrong person, I'm unhappy, or I do not have a good job, that's why I'm unhappy. So these are the myths. Actually, these are the things that we create in our mind. If we decide to be happy with what we have, or work at what we want to be, we can be much more happier. And these are the myths that we mostly depend upon. We say this is because of these circumstances that I'm unhappy. No, it's all in your mind. And I firmly believe that it's all about mind over matter. If you have a mind which is very strong enough to deal with everything that comes your way, if you're mentally oriented properly, everything can be done, everything can be changed, your thinking can be changed to continuously being positive. Yes. So once you are happy, what do you see? If a person is extremely happy, what do you see? The person is reaching out for new goals, is exuding a lot of confidence. The person is optimistic and energetic. His energy is infectious. As soon as a happy and energetic person enters the room, you can feel the energy that he's vibrating. That is how energetic and optimistic he is. He is very likable and sociable. He is instantly loved by everybody. These are the effects of happiness. So if you work at happiness, you will be striving for new goals. You will have a lot of confidence. You will be optimistic and energetic. You will be likable and sociable. Okay. So these are the wonderful things that will happen when you have been working for your happiness. Now we have just about finished what is health and what is happiness. Now this is the new branch of psychology that has come up in the year 1998, positive psychology. I would be mentioning a few slides on positive psychology, after which we will be coming to the end of this presentation. This is a new branch, positive psychology. Okay, this is talking only about positives, as the name suggests. So he is Mr. Martin Seligman. He's an American psychologist, and he is the president. He had been the president of American Psychological Association in 1998, and he is the one who has propagated positive psychology. So he's referred to as father of modern positive psychology. Martin Seligman, he had been the president of American Psychological Association in 1998, wherein he propagated this because all the psychologists, all the counselors, all the psychiatrists are continuously accused of being only concentrating on the negative aspects. Are you depressed? Are you anxious? Are you feeling low? These are all the negative things that generally we all concentrate on. But Martin Seligman decided that we have to come to something which is called positive psychology, and give a lot of emphasis and a lot of importance to the positive feelings that we have rather than the negative ones. So the concept of positive psychology says focus on building what is good in life. All our lives, anybody's lives, may it be higher up on the ladder or down, we have something that is good, something that we are good at, and something that we are not good at. So the positive psychology focuses on building what is good in life. Whatever we have, good, work on that. It is a scientific study of positive human function and flourishing on multiple levels that include, these are all the levels it includes biological, personal, institutional, cultural, and global dimension of life. What positive psychology says is, don't just survive. Sometimes we do that. We get into the rut of life. Okay, tomorrow, pass it like yesterday. Day after tomorrow, pass it like today. Just living for the sake of living. Positive psychology says, do not survive. Flourish. Be your best. Do your best and be your best person. Let the best personality of yours come out. This is what positive psychology says. It believes in that. Now we have the main pillars of positive psychology. These are the three pillars on which the positive psychology stands. It's a study of positive emotions, like I told you. Whatever positive emotions you have, you recognize them. You recognize what makes you feel happy, what gives you happiness, what if you pursue what happens, and then that will give you a lot of happiness. The next pillar is study of positive traits. You already have something is built in you. God has given you something which is very good. So you have to develop that. The positive traits and the positive characteristics of yours, you have to develop so that you become a better individual and not concentrate on what you do not have. Most of the time we fall into the trap of complaining, I don't have this, I do not have that, I do not have that. No, this is positive psychology says what you have, you develop that and make it into your strengths. And the study of positive institutions. So whatever you have as an individual and whatever emotions you have, find any institutions or clubs or any sort of institutions through which you can work and attain, be a better person. You can render your services through the institutions and become a better person. So these are the pillars of positive psychology. It's a positive emotion, positive traits, and positive institutions. The level of positive psychology is subjective level, individual level, and group level. Subjective level is something of your likes, whatever you like. You may be liking certain things, you're good at certain things, some things just come very, very naturally to you. So that is the subjective level. That is the level that you're going to select and work at. Individual level, you can work at an individual level, you can work at an institutional or a group level. So this is the next level, and this is the group level. You can work as a whole group, you can work individually, you can work as a small group, you can work as an institution, you can work through a club. So Martin Seligman has given us all these levels and requirements of being in positive psychology and ways of attaining them. In what ways? The subjective level, these are the different levels you can attain positive psychology and being continuously positive and being driven what you're supposed to be doing. Now, this is a very important term in positive psychology, PERMA. PERMA is, P has a set of things, E, R, M, N, A. Let's quickly go through all what is there. What does P say? Positive emotions. E is engagement, R is relationship, M is meaning, and E is accomplishments. So positive emotions, how can you develop positive emotions is what makes you feel good. You can go for a favorite movies or music, anything that makes you smile, laugh, and relax. You can play games with family, friends, and work. You can have physical exercises that will also give you positive emotions. You can go out in nature for trekking or for any other picnics. You can reflect on 3 good things on what you have or what went well on these 3 days. This is all, helping you to think positive. You can have a gratitude diary, things which you cherish, what good things happened in your life. You can write them down. So one day when you read them, you feel much better. You can make plans for the near and the distant future. That's already been said. You have E for engagement. Engagement is how you engage yourself with activities, what activities you can do. You can have, tax your brain with puzzles or board games. You can learn new instruments. You can go in for yoga or meditation. You can be writing a story, a poem, or a blog, whatever you are good at. You can indulge in creative tasks such as drawing, painting, or cross-stitching, whatever is it of interest to you. You can take part in individual or team sports. Both of them is going to give you a good high. It's going to make you feel really nice. Working on a new display in the garden. Yes, some people love gardening. That gives them a lot of pleasure. You can also do cooking, or you can make a photo album or a video. This is how you can keep yourself engaged, and because of which will create positive emotions. Relationships. Who brings joy and peace and support? Catch-ups and get-togethers in person or online. Nowadays, because of the present circumstances, everything is online. So you can see, being social distancing doesn't mean social disconnect. You can be connected online. You can be talking to people on mobiles or video calls or whatever. So it does not mean that if you cannot go to anybody's houses because of COVID, doesn't mean that you should be disconnected with them. You can be connected continuously. You can show your appreciation for your work or colleagues or at home. You can share photos or souvenirs with others. You can spend a few time chatting to somebody new so that the person feels good, even you feel good. You can use active listening and empathy while helping. This is a very important point for counseling, which we use. A good counselor is a person who listens and has empathy. You can send thank you cards for all that you felt nice about. There's a lot of, you can find meaning in life by following what causes and pursuits do you find important and worthwhile. Engaging in spiritual activities. Like I said, spiritual does not mean religious. Spirituality means having the right values, having the right virtues, and living up to them, and being a person of integrity. Or you could make a donation to charity if you can. If you do not, you can render services, not only in cash and kind. You could sending a care package to a friend or family in need. Yes, in these trying times, you can help others. You can give a helping hand. Fundraising through an individual or a group challenge. You can do this if you have the time. To volunteer your time in community project, and you can also share your knowledge about teaching others about whatever special qualities you have. You can share your knowledge with others. A is for accomplishment. What are your goals? How can they be achieved? If you have something to be doing later on in life, you can make a to-do list, keep it ready, and keep your goals which are smart, which are ready to be accomplished any time. You can keep a ready reckoner of whatever goals you want to achieve. You have to be taking up new jobs if you're not happy with the present job. Try and find a new one that will make you much more happy, make you feel more positive. You can start a long-term project. Learning something new like webinars and podcasts. Yes, this is something which is very important at the present circumstances. All of the senior staff has to be learning how to give webinars and podcasts, because that's the only way of learning nowadays. Online learning is the only thing that is left in the present COVID circumstances. Or if you want to set up a exercise target, yes, I will run a marathon, I will run half marathon, I will walk half a marathon. You can set up such things. You can change your work-life balance by using a planner and organize your time. So these are the many ways in which you can keep yourself positive, you can keep yourself occupied, you can keep yourself engaged, you can work on your relationships, and you can work on your accomplishments. These are the various ways that positive psychology propagates. This is the karma. This is how we went through it in a detailed way. How to apply positive psychology? It's the similar sort of thing that we went earlier. We find work that focuses on your strength. Whatever is your weakness, yes, you can work on it, but whatever is your strength, find out what it is. Maybe you're good at talking, maybe you're good at connecting to people, maybe you're good at working something. Find out that and work on those. Cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is something which is very, very important in life. And if you have that feeling of gratitude, you will start feeling more and more things coming to you. I have this, I always propagate this idea of the feeling of gratitude. All the clients whom I meet, every day spend some time on thanking God for all that you have. We always find ways of complaining that I don't have this, I don't have that. This should not have happened to me. I didn't get that. I shouldn't have got this. But where is time that we thank God for all what we have? So practice gratitude, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is, like I said, being in the present moment. Adopt a mindset. Do not be where you are. You have to be one step ahead. The next year, you have to be one step ahead. Embrace challenges and learn from criticism. If somebody criticizes, yes, you do feel hurt, no doubt. You feel bad, you get angry, but maybe there's something hidden, some message hidden that you can learn from. And, take the criticism as constructive criticism. Maintain a future diary. Any small things that you have, you can just write down and do it one day. You have to let go of musts and shoulds. See, what we do is, I must do this, I should do that, it should have happened, this must have happened. When we do all this, we become very unhappy. So you should let go of all these things. The must and should is, I will try to do this, I will try to do that. It's okay if this happens, it's okay if that does not happen. If you say this, you'll be much more happier. Let go of the must and shoulds. Define your own success and happiness. If you are successful in a small way or a small thing that makes you very happy, just celebrate it within yourself so that you feel happy and motivated to do something much more different. Be committed to your undertaking and give it 100%. Whatever is your undertaking, you must have undertaken any small task or a big task. See that you give it 100%, and there shouldn't be any room left, and you shouldn't feel that you have not given it 100%. You have to develop hobbies towards relaxation. It could be relaxation, or it could be development, or it could be anything. But you have to find out. Many a times, because of the rat race that we are in, because of the work that we are in, we even forget our hobbies. We really don't know what are our hobbies. You have to find time for that and spend maybe some time, maybe on weekends, doing your hobbies. Do not procrastinate. Procrastinate is trying to, procrastination is something that whatever you want to do today, you're pushing it to tomorrow, the day after. Do not do that. Whatever you feel like doing, if you feel like telling somebody that they are nice, they are good, they are helpful, that you love them, you have to tell them. So do not procrastinate. You have to do a good deed for somebody. You have to do it. Maybe the next day the person is not available for you to do something nice for the person. So do not procrastinate. Do not postpone what you want to do. Do something out of your comfort zone. If you have been going for walks, maybe 5 kilometers walk, push yourself a little bit more. Try it. If you don't want, if you're not feeling up to mark on that day, it's okay. Next day. So do something out of your comfort zone so that you feel you have achieved something. Okay. Do the important before the urgent. Okay. Do the important before the urgent. What is important is much more important than what is urgent. Somebody wants your attention, somebody wants you to spend time for, do that. That is more important rather than anything else. Okay. A person may need your presence. You have to do that. That's more important than what is urgent. Maybe urgent is something that a work, it has to be done. But what is important and what cannot be, postponed has to be done before urgent. Forgo the good to pursue the best. Like the positive psychology says, you have to be the best and not be only good. Try to be your best and not be only good. This is all about application of positive psychology. This is in brief what I told you about positive psychology. Now, for the last whole of this webinar, I have been continuously talking about only the positive emotions. That does not mean that there are no negative emotions. I think all of us, you, me, the whole world at large has had enough of all the negativity about health, about mental health, about physical health, about emotional health. That is why I thought today I would not touch anything that is negative, just talk about positive. I do not say that there is no negativity. Yes, we need to deal with it. We have to face it. So with this, I'm finishing my presentation. I would entertain questions. Pushpalata ma'am, can we entertain questions?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. So I request the participants, if you have any question, you can post in the chat box. So everyone is happy, madam. Even the presentation was really nice, and which is the need of the hour, madam. Now, actually, one of the participant by Sharmila, madam.
Yes.
This is very much required for present youth, she was telling.
Yes.
And another participants by name Sushil Tiwari, he is saying, I feel very good while attending this session. It is so refreshing for each one of us during these tough times.
Yes.
Lot of people are appreciating, madam. At some situation, very angry, what to do? As per state, one of the participant by name Kanya, madam, she is
Yes.
asking.
Yes, Kanya, at some situation you get very angry. What do I do? Now, it's the age-old way of, counting backward numbers, 100, 99, 98. Just try this. It's very easy for me to say, but you cannot count. Okay? Or maybe you could count numbers 1 to 10. Or next time when you get angry and you react, the next day after you are, not angry, reflect on what has happened. So in the next situation when you get angry, you are not so much furious. You have to analyze as to what made you angry. If the words made you angry, the person who made you, feel bad made you angry. Exactly, you have to analyze on some another day or after some hours after you are angry. Analysis of what made you angry will help you later on deal with situation when you get angry. Am I clear, ma'am, or should I say once more?
I think it's clear, madam. One more participant also has asked the same question: how to control anger issues.
Yes, controlling anger is not easy. You can give me a call. I will also tell you a lot of methods about this.
One of the participant is telling he goes for running, it seems, madam.
Okay. When he gets angry, he goes to run.
Yes,
Very nice. So it gives good health also.
and one more participant is asking, kindly enlighten me how to deal with frustration.
May I know the name of your participant?
Usha, madam. Usha.
Yeah. Usha, if you have frustration, let me first tell you that frustration comes to everybody. Okay, so if that makes you feel good, yes, everybody feels frustrated. That makes you feel nice. Everybody's in the same boat. Especially now during Corona times, everybody's frustrated. Okay, so don't worry. We are all sailing in the same boat. Nobody's going ahead, nobody's behind. This is one thing. How to deal with it is write down exactly what you are feeling frustrated about. Write down every day, maybe today what you're frustrated about, tomorrow what you're frustrated about, the day after tomorrow what you writing down will also help you analyze and then take action on each and every point. You're frustrated about these things, you can take action about that. You're frustrated about something else, you work on it. So when you're frustrated and you write down, you accept the circumstances that you're frustrated about. Once you accept, you will learn to find some new ways about it. Is that all right?
Yes, madam.
Right
I
now,
think.
ma'am.
Yes, madam. You're right. And one more person. What are the ways to get self-motivated, madam? By Kirtika.
Kirtika, how to get self-motivated. Self-motivation is a very big word. You have to set up small-term and long-term goals for yourself. If you set up some very long-term goals which are going to be, fulfilled after 5 or 6 years, you cannot be feeling motivated. For feeling motivated, you have to set up short-term goals. Maybe this week, next week, maybe 1 month, 10 days. Then you can feel motivated. Suppose a very common example is losing weight. It may not be applicable to you or me, but I'm saying if it is losing weight and I want to lose 20 kgs, it cannot be done in 1 week's time. Right? So I'll have to set small goals. This week I'll lose only 250 grams. Next week I will use another 200 grams. So you set up small goals that will help you to keep motivated. Once you achieve it, it will keep you motivated. It feels better. Have I
Yes,
answered your
yes.
question?
Yes, madam. It's correct, definitely. One more question, madam. What to do if any person is irritating us repeatedly, but cannot avoid person? Shashidhar sir.
Shashidhar sir, very interesting question. The best part is to pretend not to be irritated. You are irritated, you do not show it, sir. You can be irritated from within, but you have to show that you're completely composed. You have to learn to show that you're in charge of your emotions. So the person will not find pleasure in irritating you. See, if a person is getting irritating you, he finds pleasure in irritating you. When you get irritated, he feels happy. So in the beginning, sir, you have to pretend that you're not irritated. You have to pretend. It is difficult. I can understand it is difficult, but you have to practice at home. If somebody says like this, or when that irritating person comes in front of you, you should be ready with whatever sentences. You know what are these sentences that irritate you. When you're ready, okay, he's going to say these sentences and I'm going to get irritated. We already know that he's going to say these things, those will stop irritating you. So once more it comes to acceptance. Accept that this person is irritating me. From that time onwards, he will automatically, whatever he says will not get me.
Yes, correct, madam. Another by name Kanya saying, how opposite person can console angry person?
Okay. One is angry and the other one has to console.
Console.
Yes. Suppose you have a friend who is angry. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. If you have a friend who is angry, first thing is take the person out from that scene. Take the person away from the scene of anger, wherever that anger is being caused. You can go out from there. If you change the environment, if you change the surrounding, a little of your anger, the degree of your anger may come down. And then the person is ready. Simply, your friend is angry, and at that place where he is angry, he's not able to take that person away from you, so that he will hear you out. And then console him. I'll make him talk about his anger. That will calm him down.
Yes, madam. It's correct. One more question by Suleka, madam. Sometimes it's difficult to maintain balance in life as a mother, wife, and working professional. How to deal with that, madam?
I am not able to hear. There is somebody who is.
Yes, sir. One more conference is going on, madam. Am I audible, madam? Now? Am I audible now? Hello, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
By Suleka, madam, it is. Sometimes it's difficult to maintain balance in life as a mother, wife, and working professional. How to deal with that?
Yes, it is a difficult task. It is a circus. It is walking a tightrope. Each and every day, what is important? What role of yours is important today? Whether you have to attend, whether you have to do something in your workplace, whether you have to do something as a wife. Each and every day, set goals for every day. Take one day at a time, ma'am. So balancing in life, one day at a time. Am I clear?
Yes, yes, madam. Yes, one more, Poonam, by Poonam. Staying positive all time is really difficult, madam. How to avoid negative thoughts?
Yes, you're right. I just spoke about positivity doesn't mean we are positive all the time. You do feel low, you do feel mood swings, you feel bad. When somebody says something, when you go through a bad phase, you really feel bad. At this time, you have to analyze how long you're going to let this negative emotion affect your life. How intense is it going to be? Very a long-term effect on you, or you have to get over it by and right now the person feel bad. If you are feeling why you are feeling, analyze it for yourself and work on it. Right? Have I answered your question, ma'am?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. And one more last question, madam. How can we feel happy if we don't get what we want after applying all efforts?
Yes, you're right. How can we feel happy if we don't get what we want after applying all efforts? It shows you have to change the direction of efforts. You are working in a certain in a mindset. Change your efforts in another direction and you will get there only. See, if I have to travel Bangalore or Davangere, there are another road also. So you can take another road. Try and find out and analyze. I know it's not easy. I have to analyze as to how to reach there. I want to reach there. I have taken efforts. I have not found the success. But yes, I have to reach there. Try and find out, discuss with somebody, somebody's help, and take some another route to go to that whatever we have to achieve. Okay. You have to either change your route or change where you want to reach. Only then it's going to be helpful.
Thank you very much, madam. It's really enlightening, madam, because we need at this moment of time. Thank you for us, for making us to think positive and positive things will happen.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And lot of appreciation is also coming, madam. Thank you very much, madam.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. It was very nice talking to all of you. Let's hope to meet again. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you all.
So participants, another conference was going on here itself, so it was a little bit problem. Please excuse us. And we'll start at 11:30. We'll have a break